All right, Pat Kehoe, the quarterback of Delaware. Look, man, I think that the best place for us to start here is really just to take it all the way back to kind of the beginning of your trajectory to this point. So high school, you go 32-4 as a starter. You throw for about 1 million yards, 95 touchdowns. You're 3-time All-League, first team All-New England as a senior. I know I'm leaving some stuff out, but the point is you were a star. And then you come to Delaware and you sit, and you sit, and you sit. Now, this is an interview about you, not me, but my background is in student-athlete psychology. And you, and that type of a case study is incredibly fascinating to me because you had to exercise such a level of patience, and the change in one experience to the other was stark. If you could take me through going from being a man in high school to having to wait your turn and be patient at Delaware, and what that was like for you, I think that would be phenomenal.
I view it as a big maturation process. You know, coming from high school, you say you want to call me a star or whatever, but I mean, I did what I...
Look, man, 95 touchdowns, 7,800 yards.
I mean, I was in the right system. I had a great supporting cast. If you look at the people I played with in high school that are now playing college football, I had a great supporting cast, but so it really wasn't all me. But you know, coming from being the man in high school, you come to college and everybody that you're playing with was the man in high school. So you know, you really got to learn you got to work at a level that you've never done, because in order to achieve something that you've never done, you have to do things in preparation that you've never done. So I think those first 3 years were really something that, you know, I had to learn, and I needed to figure out what I needed to do to, you know, kind of get an edge on guys now. You know, obviously, I wish I could have gotten on the field quicker, but it happened the way it did for a reason. I mean, I've learned so many different things. I've been through now on my 3rd different offense, 2nd coaching staff. I've had, I think, 4 different quarterback coaches, now 3 different offensive coordinators. So, I mean, it's been a long journey of just learning a bunch of football, and that's, at the end of the day, what I'm thankful for, because, you know, my knowledge of the game, it makes me feel comfortable on the field now.
In today's day and age of college football, someone doesn't get the starting job and they're gone after spring. How tough was it to stick around and stay patient that entire time and not want to try to leave and go somewhere else where you maybe could get on the field?
Well, I mean, the thought came into my mind when I was a freshman. Maybe I wasn't happy or anything like that, but it was a quick thought because, you know, I chose the University of Delaware for a reason. You know, it may sound cliche, but people say in the recruiting process, it's not a 4-year decision, it's a 40-year decision. And I decided I want to go to the University of Delaware. I wanted to graduate. I wanted to be a Blue Hen, so that's what really made me stick it out. I knew I could play at the level. I just had to get there myself. And, you know, overall, I think it'll make me a better person for the long run for doing what I did. It may seem unconventional nowadays, but it was really the only option in my head.
Well, we're glad you stayed.
Yeah.
So am I.
So I read that you're a triplet.
Yep.
And your brother MJ, correct me if I'm wrong, he's on the offensive line?
Yep, he's played offensive line, tight end, now he's back on the offensive line.
Okay. So if you're on your back, it's his fault. And then your dad is a legendary high school basketball coach in New England, correct?
Yep.
How competitive is your household?
It's pretty competitive. You know, my sister, Michaela, or Trey, I've never called her Michaela in my life, actually. She was the 3rd one born, we call her Trey. She was also a big competitor just like us. Even my dad would probably say she was probably the best athlete. But, you know, it's a competitive house. My mom was the brains. That's what she takes credit for. She took the academic side, my dad was on the athletic side, but every day it was competing, whether it was basketball, baseball, football, volleyball with my sister. You know, it was fun, and it bred us to...
Well, I mean, look, for you as, you know, the quarterback now, and we'll talk about your future in a minute, but what type of benefit do you take from being in a family like that level of competitive, with a dad whose literal career is molding, you know, young athletes and trying to shape them as athletes and individuals?
Yeah.
You grow up in that environment, and you grow up with 2 contemporaries who are quite literally the exact same age, the exact same, you know, hour, minute, you know, whatever. What do you take from that? How does that help you do your job right now?
It's just made me comfortable in the situation. The hardest I've ever been coached, and the biggest critic that I've ever had in my life was my father, because, you know, he saw potential in us, and he always told me, the day I stop yelling at you is the day that I don't believe that you can do it. And he still hasn't stopped yelling at me. So that's a good sign. And, you know, I take those words to heart because, you know, when it may seem like somebody's yelling at you, they might be mad, but you got to listen to what they're saying, not how they're saying it, because there's always a lesson to be learned in every situation. And I'm thankful for my father and all he's done, and my siblings for pushing each other. And it's really just molded us into the people we are and the competitors we are, and it's helped us be successful this far in life.
Sure.
Delaware has had, great long line of quarterbacks be successful,
Yeah.
And go on to even, the next level.
Yeah.
Do you feel kind of a certain responsibility being the quarterback of Delaware, or feel that at all?
I know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to feel it because, that's just placing unnecessary stress on yourself. But I mean, it's something we talked about in the quarterback room. It's like you come from a long lineage of success, and to be the man in that room right now is a great honor. And I want to carry that on and pass it on to the next guys that come behind me. We have a great room of young guys that are going to be successful in the future. So that's just something I take as an honor as a starting quarterback and as a captain. It's something that a select few men in this world have done at the University of Delaware. So I'm proud to be one of them.
2019, again, you're the captain of the ship, so to speak. What are the team goals for Delaware? What are your individual goals for this year?
Well, most of my goals are all featured around the team because, I stayed at the university because I believe in this program. Our team goals is to win a CAA title and then compete in the playoffs for a national championship. So, we want to go back to the FCS playoffs again for the second year in a row. And then we want to compete in there and just, we want to try to make it to Frisco.
No question. Let's end with this. Where is Pat Kehoe in 5 years?
Wow. It's a tough question, but I love football. I love sports in general. My two loves growing up were football and basketball. I didn't decide that I was going to play college football until going into my senior year. So I think in 5 years probably, if I'm fortunate to go to the next level, I'm going to give my all to that. But I'll probably be coaching once my football career is over, whether it's football or basketball or both. That's what I love. I love trying to help the youth that shares the same passion as me try to achieve their goals. Like I've had great mentors in my life and coaches do that for me. So that's kind of a passion I have and what I want to get into once my playing career is over.
Well, before your playing career is over, man, we're really looking forward to watching you this season for Delaware. And I mean, this partnership is one that we're thrilled about, and you're a huge reason why. So thanks very much for your time.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait till this fall.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat. Appreciate the time.
Nice job, man.